Yeah, just obviously a very good player in me and Castro. I thought we had a better second half. We showed some life in us and some energy. Cut it to, I don't know, 10 or 11 maybe at one point in the third. And so we got into a little bit better offensive flow, I would just say, in that second half compared to the first and second quarters. Did a great job on the boards, and I think the turnover battle and what we've been really doing a better job of in the last month is just taking care of the basketball better, so having 12 turnovers, I think that's something we got to continue to build on and do on Saturday. We've got to win the battle of the boards, and obviously our attention and focus is on that now. We're excited for the opportunity on Saturday, and we're ready to get going.
What do you think you guys did in this game versus Saturday? You just talked about how it was just early thoughts.
Yeah, I think the offensive energy and flow we probably really needed in the beginning of the game just to give yourself some momentum. That's the best team in the league, obviously, and also one of the best mid-major programs and one of the best mid-major players. So I would just say for us to have that momentum in the first half, you really need that in a game like this. If you're going to steal one, and I mean that, when it comes to we're, a team that's in the middle of the pack, bottom, to take one from the top team in the league. I think you've got to come out with this different kind of energy and swagger out of it. These two obviously I think did a great job of hunting them and finding them. Especially Kyoko, I think she had a great start to the game in the first, and I think gave us some energy and some life, and we just needed that out of probably a few more people. You need balanced scoring, I would say, against this efficient of an offensive team and program. So I think those are the couple things, but also rebounding the basketball. I thought we got on the glass a little bit better in the second half. That gave us some extra opportunities. We had the one possession, we had 3 or 4 offensive rebounds. I don't think we converted or scored on them, but it was multiple great efforts from a Kendall George, from an Ava Galuna. Cyan obviously was on the boards like crazy again. So just continuing to do that into Saturday.
Kyoko, this is your third straight game now. There's too many points. Where do you stand offensively?
I think definitely most teams usually the open thing. So whenever I see I just stay in what won't happen unless trying to hit the blue screen or me actually looking for a shot. So it's really not putting up anything as open shots.
Lisa, you haven't had a chance to see since 2,000 points. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's something that you need to do. Talk about that game and what you did
Yeah, it was just an unbelievable feeling. Something that I definitely dreamed of coming into college. I didn't get in high school, so I was obviously that was, not my biggest goal, but it was definitely one of the goals that I had written down coming into college, that something I wanted to achieve. And, obviously I wanted to get it at home, but my teammates and my coaches made it super special there at Tech. And obviously it wouldn't have been as special if we didn't get that big win at Tech. So getting the win, getting it there, and then just having my teammates to celebrate it with me was amazing, and it was something that I'll remember forever. So. Yeah. I mean, you see me right now, and my teammates know that. My teammates know how of an emotional person I am. So my goal is just to not cry before we
Right
yeah.
now.
Yeah, my goal is to not cry before we get called out and everything for the pictures. But yeah, I'm just not. I think my big thing is, goal obviously is to make the tournament and to go on a run in the tournament. So just knowing that going into that game, knowing how important Illinois is in that game, just to get us to the tournament, I'm going to try not to focus. It's my last game here because, we have more games to come in Evansville. So I'm trying to keep that in my mindset and try not to get too emotional. But I'm an emotional person, so I don't know.
Yeah, certainly. And I think just the energy and life that we had during that time period, I think it's still with us. I think we lost and we still feel oh, we lost and it's unfortunate. We still have that. So I think we have to bring that into tomorrow's practice. We have to bring that into Saturday. And I just want to touch on tomorrow because I think the 4 years that we did is still there. this program to what we know it can be. Obviously, she's a big part of that, and another local one sitting next to me right here. But I think this is something special, really special that she's done. And so she's going to do something, again, very special on Saturday. So we're excited about that. But we want them to play freely and have fun. Like, I think that's when we've been our best selves, is when we're not thinking about, you know, the end outcome. We're thinking about what's right in front of us. That's this next possession. That's this first offensive play after Cy wins the jump ball. I think that part of it is going to be great for us, so we don't feel the pressure. I think we just feel like, hey, we're going to be playing like we did in the 4-game win streak, you know. And I think that's going to, even in the beginning of the year, I think we had some really great life to us. We started the season 8-2, 8-3. Like, I think that's the type of vibe we have right now, which our team just has to bottle up and bring into every day.
You talked about this, obviously, change. There's been a change in the offense, playing more up tempo. Is that part of the reason why you feel like you're finding yourself offensively?
I think I think also just like since you're coming to pushing the ball, I think we put the ball, you know, just give us a lot of options and stuff on offense. So I think me pushing and me trying to look for to score, or like my teammate, you know, being open, like anybody running to like the front and stuff. So I think me pushing the ball, you know, helps a lot, and opens up a lot for us.
I think just touching on that too, I think she's the type of player, and we have this in our young players, like they want to learn and they want to get better. And I would just say, like, things changed when we really started to study and we really started to look at things, and she could see some things, hey, I got to do this better. And then then the direct translation, to take that and to actually go into practice in a game and actually do it, you know, to execute. It's one thing to like know you have to do it, but then actually do it, you know. And I think she's been a great learner of the game, along with Lauren Miller, our other couple freshmen. I think they want to get better, they want to be sponges and absorb it, and I think that's really helped her too.
I think the coaches shows like that with that style of play and only having 12 turnovers.
Yeah, no.
It's really showing that in
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we got 6 more shots in them. I think that's a really good offensive team, and we were able to, you know, just from a possession standpoint, kind of go toe to toe with them. You know, so I think these are the types of game you want to play in. You want to be in a position to play this type of game again. You know, but Friday's the most important thing. Tomorrow's practice is the most important thing. You know, when it's Saturday.
And so you all went on 8-0 run there, kind of climbing back. What did you say to your team to kind of get this moment?
Yeah, we just talked about chipping away, you know, in the timeout, like, hey, let's just get a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. We meet back here, maybe it's 12, maybe it's 10, and we're in a position where now we've got them on their heels instead of us on our heels. And so I think our team really responded well to that. We found some offensive flow, and we got stops. Like, I think that's where, you know, beginning of the game, we didn't necessarily get the stops that we needed. And when you're not scoring, you're just having a great offensive flow of the game, you got to be able to get stops and, you know, and just trade like that. And so I don't think that we did that early on, but during that stretch, I think that was a big part. We got stops. We held McCastro to, you know, obviously a lot less than she had in the first half, which was important.
Thank you.
Thanks.